Good evening. Good evening.
This is always the most awkward part, like when the countdown ends and we're just here.
Well, we've actually been
we've been here.
We've been rambling.
Yeah. You guys are going to have to keep us accountable a little bit. I think oftentimes we have a hard time getting to the ramble. I think this time we're going to have a hard time getting out of the ramble. So if we get a little squirrely, just throw in a little chat.
Great. Well, welcome. This is episode number 101.
Wow.
We're in a new epoch of the Ramblestream. Welcome to the new Ramblestream headquarters. At headquarters.
At headquarters.
The new Ramble studio at headquarters.
Little double HQ.
Double HQ. Yeah. We're excited to be back. We've got some great updates. We've got some great things to talk about. We've got a great poem, which is just extremely apt for our ramble topic.
Beautiful. Love it.
And we've got a ramble which promises to thoroughly distract us.
Yes.
And we hope you all for the next hour or so. So welcome to the Ramblestream. We're excited to have all of you all here. This is my Mondays range from chaotic to hyper chaotic to today. And so it's an extra special pleasure for me to relax with a libation and hang out with my favorite people. So, and I mean that. So anyway, I'll get started with my introduction, which I encourage, as we always do, all of you all to tell us who you are, where you're viewing from, what you ramble with, and what you are sipping on this good evening. My name is Richard Worsham, co-founder and head of design here at Janus Motorcycles. I am broadcasting from downtown Goshen, Indiana at the Janus Motorcycles headquarters in our new to us Ramble studio. Ta-da.
Ta-da.
And ta-da. And I ramble with, we'll keep it short this evening, a 2009 KLR 650 and a 2017 Halcyon 250 number 68. And I'm sipping on a glass of, this evening we're sipping, what are we sipping on?
Still.
We have one more Ramblestream worth, maybe.
Of,
what is it? 1876 Texas straight bourbon whiskey from our good friend, Texas Rebel Tracy, who we hear is on the mend from a little health scare.
He's here. I've seen him chat.
Good. So good to see you. Thank you for the libations.
Yes.
And,
very good.
Cheers, Tracy.
Cheers to good health, huh?
Jansen, take us away.
My name is Jansen. I am also coming to you live from HQ Squared in our new studio, sipping on the same thing as Richard. Can I just say ditto? And then instead of your KLR, so ditto, but a Phoenix 450.
Great. So coming soon.
Coming soon. Maybe in a few years. Who knows? Might be 6 months. Might be 6 years. We don't know. You don't know.
We have a little bit more of a timeline than that. We talked about that last week, right?
But still, we like let the people guess, First comment
goes to
the stream, Janus Mick Rider. Northern Michigan, Halcyon 450 number 331 and Halcyon 250 number 569. What's up, Janus Mick Rider or MC Rider? How are you doing? And of course, we've got Jason 412 coming in at a close second. Our top super chatter.
Top super chatter.
Did I say that?
No, I did.
Okay.
I spoonerized it.
Broke down in, what is that? Bordentown, New Jersey. Halcyon 250 number 1097. Griffin 250 number 12. Halcyon 450 number 307. Phoenix 250 1010. Phoenix 450 number 6. Sipping on ice cream.
Okay.
Now,
maybe it's melted.
Is that a positive or a negative? I'm not entirely sure. You could say that sipping on ice cream is the same as sipping on milk, if you ask me.
Sweet milk.
Very sweet milk. We've got Eric Green in here. Orlando, Florida, 2022 Halcyon 250.
Orlando, Florida?
Outlaw.
What's he doing in Orlando?
Water. Isn't he?
He's from the opposite side of the country.
Huh.
Opposite corner.
Maybe that's where Disney is, right? Orlando?
You going to Disneyland?
Going to Disney. Going to see the mouse. This one's you.
Oh, we got our good friend represented here with Orange Crush, Kelly Chrisman, Halcyon 450 number 236 Coyote out of Winchester, Virginia. Sipping on, wait for it, Orange Crush.
Shocker.
Booyah.
Booyah. That's great. Good to see you, Kelly. We got Russell Peters here.
Where is he's back in Kentucky.
Back in Kentucky. 450 number 86, Owensboro, Kentucky. Continue to work in West Columbia, Texas.
He's still in Texas.
Oh. Continuing. He's continuing to work in West Columbia, Texas. Favorite ride is the 1962 Norton Dominator 88SS. 88SS sipping on ice cold water.
Nice. John Boy, yo from Central North Carolina, 100th anniversary Road King, sipping some orange Fanta. Oh, John Boy, listen.
He's
got new handles.
Hey, man, John Boy, we've got used bikes. So you could put...
And we got some specials on them.
We do. You could put 100th anniversary Road King and...
Griffin 250.
Griffin 250.
With a aftermarket exhaust. Hopped up.
Spicy.
It's
a spicy.
It's loud.
Griffin. It is very cool.
It's really fun. It was featured in a video last week, riding off road.
Some of the boys from the shop went and ripped some
Michigan sand.
Yeah, it was crazy. The hops were kind of nuts. I wasn't expecting that. It was kind of wild.
Yeah, I've ridden up there. It's very whooped out, as they say.
Whooped?
Whoops.
Is that the
whoops?
Oh, I should do some more backcountry riding in my time. Spencer Anderson, good evening from Lafayette. Halcyon 250 number 1123. Monster Zero. Okay, Spencer, listen, you're my people. Monster Zero is so good. I had one earlier today. So good.
How many?
Well, just one.
Okay.
Just one.
Right.
I'm ready for a poem, I think, Richard. Okay. If you are.
So in the spirit of craftsmanship, which is what we're going to be rambling about tonight, we're going to talk about one of the greatest pieces of craftsmanship in all. We can actually use the word epic.
This is
epic craftsmanship. This is about the Shield of Achilles.
Ooh.
Which, if you are a classicist, if you're a fan of Homeric epic poetry, you will know all about the Shield of Achilles.
Homer.
There's an entire book which I translated from Greek in undergrad, which I'm really not good at Greek, but I tried to translate from the Greek.
That's an insane thing to say. That's like, why? Was that for a class?
That's for my Greek class.
Oh my gosh.
With Mrs. Enos.
Wow.
Bless her heart. She had a great deal of patience.
Yeah, for real. I couldn't imagine.
Anyway, this is by our friend W.H. Auden, who, frustrating.
Back.
I have this in a book, beautiful little book, and I couldn't find it.
That's so sad.
So I had to print it off. Anyway, this is called The Shield of Achilles by W.H. Auden, and it's entirely describing craftsmanship on this amazingly wrought shield. Bear with me here, folks.
Hold on, let me get comfy.
She looked over his shoulder for vines and olive trees, marble well-governed cities, and ships upon untamed seas. But there on the shining metal, his hands had put instead an artificial wilderness and a sky like lead. A plain without a feature, bare and brown. No blade of grass, no sign of neighborhood, nothing to eat and nowhere to sit down. Yet congregated on its blankness stood an unintelligible multitude. A million eyes, a million boots in line, without expression, waiting for a sign. Out of the air a voice without a face, proved by statistics that some cause was just, in tones as dry and level as the place. No one was cheered, and nothing was discussed. Column by column in a cloud of dust, they marched away enduring a belief whose logic brought them somewhere else, to grief. She looked over his shoulder for ritual pieties, white flower garlanded heifers, libation and sacrifice. But there on the shining metal, where the altar should have been, she saw...
Hold on.
You're going to interrupt a poem for a super chat? You can't do that. You cannot do that.
I said at the very beginning.
No.
Very beginning.
Homer would be Horrified. Okay, do it. Go ahead. You already interrupted us.
I don't even know how. You're gonna have to read this.
J'adore la tombe.
What does that even mean?
No, the lamp. I thought I said Tom. I love the lamp.
Bonneville Bagger, thank you so much for the $2.
Okay,
continue.
Can we set some ground rules here?
I mean,
we have to wait until the poem is over.
I thought the ground rules were set. That
they're not.
Interrupts
they're not
everything.
okay by me.
Okay, all right. Hey, you guys heard it here, episode 101. I'm not allowed to interrupt any poems for anything. Okay.
Okay. Whew. All right. Let's move on. All right. I don't even know where I was. We were in the middle of a special passage too. Okay. But there on the shining metal, goodness. But there on the shining metal, where the altar should have been, she saw by his flickering forge light quite another scene. Barbed wire enclosed an arbitrary spot where bored officials lounged. One cracked a joke, and sentries sweated for the day was hot. A crowd of ordinary decent folk watched from without, and neither moved nor spoke, as three pale figures were led forth and bound to three posts driven upright in the ground. The mass and majesty of this world, all that carries weight and always weighs the same, lay in the hands of others. They were small and could not hope for help, and no help came. What their foes liked to do was done. Their shame was all the worst could wish. They lost their pride and died as men before their bodies died. She looked over his shoulder for athletes at their games, men and women in a dance, moving their sweet limbs, quick, quick to music. But there on the shining shield, his hands had set no dancing floor, but a weed-choked field. A ragged urchin, aimless and alone, loitered about that vacancy. A bird flew up to safety from his well-aimed stone. That girls are raped, that boys knife a third, were axioms to him, who'd never heard of any world where promises were kept, or one could weep because another wept. The thin-lipped armorer, Hephaestus, hobbled away. Thetis of the shining breasts cried out in dismay at what the god had wrought to please her son, the strong, iron-hearted, man-slaying Achilles, who would not live long. This is, I don't know if we can draw the threads from this poem through to the ramble, but it's all there. Efficacy versus efficiency.
I think that's one, the super chat aside.
Which maybe it heightened the drama.
That's one of the few that I kind of got a little sucked into. That's not anything against you. Or poems per se, but I'm still learning to enjoy poetry. And I'm not against learning new things. There's a lot of weird comments about my legs while that was happening.
Well, he's got jeans on this time.
Right. I think Spencer Anderson said it was just lots.
Maybe they want to see more.
I mean, it was just him. He said that
there's one comment about your legs.
There was two. It's from the same person. Sorry to make you feel self-conscious about your legs last week. I had our administrative assistant watch the video, and she said that you had nice legs.
This is turning into a compliment.
And then followed up with, I showed the video to one of our nurses, and he thinks you're cute and wants to know if you're single. I'm married, but thank you. My legs are off limits forever and ever. I'll be wearing pants no matter what.
Thank you. Actually, I can't speak for that. I'm probably wearing shorts next summer.
Yeah, it gets hot up in here, you know. But that was a good poem. I really like what is
Auden?
Yes.
Homer?
No, I like mythology.
Oh, okay. Well, then you like Homer.
I enjoyed that poem. Let's see, what else? What do we got here? Lots of comments about me interrupting the poem. Apparently, Kelly says I'm fired. And then Semtex says, "Get your forks right, Jansen." Oh, man. Len. Hi, folks. Len in Illinois with Halcyon 250 number 595. Checking in late after snarfing Pepsi and pizza. Is that just a quick inhale? Is that?
I think so.
Okay. Context clues.
Ooh, Multifarious is on. I haven't seen Multifarious on the chat at least in a while. Good to see you.
Howdy,
Nebraska, Halcyon 250, number 1067, Kingfisher.
Hold on.
Okay, we can interrupt.
Is this one appropriate? Was this one okay?
That's fine.
Okay, Jason, again. I've seen the super chat pop up and was wondering if you were going to interrupt. LOL. I agree with Richard. We'll send super chat when poem's finished. LOL.
No, you can send the super chat if you so choose whenever you want. It's our call when we feature them. We will get to them.
We'll get,
as quickly as possible.
Preferably.
Without interruption of poetry.
As soon as it happens. That's when it needs to
Jansen's being very respectful of y'all.
I'm trying to.
He's y'all's advocate.
I'm
just advocating for poetry.
I'm trying to advocate for the stream, he said. What's up, Perry Justin? Perry from Fort Worth, Texas. Number 884. Pizza? A pizza, a pepperoni.
Pizza and a pepperoni means he's being very Italian. Pepperoni is it's Italy's version of a PBR.
Really?
The pepperoni is pepperoni, and they call it nastro azzurro.
Pizza a pepperoni.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nastro azzurro means blue ribbon.
Huh.
So it's literally Italian PBR.
I would like to try one of those.
And it's kind of like, it's just like a cheap, good Italian beer.
I like that.
Comes in what do they call it? The mezzo, the big ones?
Yeah, you would know more than I would because I'm just not Italian.
Neither am I.
But you're a lot more Italian adjacent.
No.
Now, on to our favorite segment, a fan favorite segment. Builds of the Week, brought to you by Mitch McLean. First up, we've got Oswaldo. He has a Halcyon 250. This is number 1,250. I'm going to let you do the honors and guess first.
I'm going to go with... Ooh.
The pressure is on.
Indy Racing Green.
Okay, shocker. I'm absolutely shocked.
I feel like that's a safe bet.
I'm going to guess olive drab.
Also a safe guess. Green's popular around here.
We like a good green, especially when the winter comes in. What? Okay.
Electrical brackets. Brake pedals.
A little shot down wheel alley. Okay.
I see a lot of colors I like right there.
That's a lot of.
I see some olive green though. Ooh.
Is that going to be red?
This is not.
We're not getting any good clues.
Huh? Got some nice Halcyon tanks there.
And some more.
Waiting for some of them pinstriped, some of them waiting. What does it say? Dust. Don't read the note. Then we're gonna get in trouble.
Okay. Skip. Don't pause it.
Shock absorbers, seats. There we go. We're coming together here. Beautiful little brash bushings in place. Steering, lock nuts.
What a nice top
nuts. Top plates. Craftsmanship. Craftsmanship at work.
We're just piecing it together, Handlebars on. Bar end weights. Very cool. There's a lot of pictures in this one. Holy smokes.
No clues yet. This might be the next. Oh, no. Oh.
I'm feeling it. Oh, we're finished. It's done.
And it's not what we guessed.
American blue.
Very nice.
I love that blue with the brown saddle.
No fender pinstripe.
Nothing.
Polished exhaust.
Very cool.
Knobby tires. Headlight visor. Beautiful.
I love that blue. I like that blue a lot, actually. Especially with the gold. That looks very nice. Very nice. Not one you see very often.
No, not at all. We can be forgiven for not guessing that one.
Yeah. Okay, this one's all you, Richard.
We got Chris with Halcyon 250 number 1,253. And we're off to the races. So I'm gonna go with vintage red.
I was gonna say that. That's okay.
We can do the same thing.
No, I can't.
You can copy me.
They can't be the same. I'm gonna guess cream.
All right.
I don't think it's cream. My gut instantly said nope, not cream.
Well, it's not that blue. So I should have checked. Oh wait, there is there. Okay, I was gonna say I should have said that there was no vintage red, but there is some vintage red there. probably olive.
There's
drab.
no cream.
There is no cream.
There's absolutely no cream. These seem like the same pictures as last photo album, if you ask me. They are different photo albums.
Well, this just demonstrates that the bikes. Oh, see, this is definitely different because it doesn't have polished engine fins. That the framework is the same,
Right.
but the customization comes in and all that added things.
Right.
Oh, it's black.
It's black. There's a little ducktail.
Oh, look at that double pinstripe. So this is kind of an unusual shot,
Mhm.
showing the stencils
Yeah.
for the fenders
That's kind of cool.
and the fuel tank. Got a feather logo going on there.
Nice.
So just so y'all know, that's how. Go back to that tank one.
Yeah.
That's how Kelly lays down and Brent lay down the tank as they put this mask on, and then they'll do the feather and then the each individual pinstripe.
Did anyone
one go.
guess black? That's
Smurf blue.
It's not yellow. No one guessed black. I don't think we all lost here. We're all a bunch of losers. Gold pinstripe coming down.
Gold end.
That feels gold and gold. Oh, that it's not gold and gold. Holy,
cream or white.
that's very unique.
Looks
Actually,
really good. Looks really good. Maybe it's silver with the silver. No, it doesn't.
No,
look like
is
silver.
it copper? Golden copper? We're never gonna know. We're never gonna know.
We'll know. I'll go outside and check.
Yeah, we can go look right now. Oh, that would be fun.
Very nice looking bike. Look at how sharp that looks with the saddle brown leather.
That looks super,
knobby
super
tires.
good.
This customer did not. Chris did not go with polished engine fins.
Which
That looks good.
I
Might
like
be the
it,
future,
especially
actually.
with black. Oh, little Easter egg there. Up next, we've got Michael with Halcyon 250 number 1254. Now, if I could cheat,
I mean, we have seen a lot of the fenders that are on display there.
right?
I'm gonna go with you. Get to go first this time.
I'm gonna go with vintage red.
Oh, all right. That's a smart choice. But since I already did, I'm gonna go with OD green.
Okay, that's another good choice.
It's another based on the pictures we've seen. It's not frame matched.
Not frame matched.
It's coming
Bike's
together.
coming
We've got some
together.
tie down eyelets.
Just cruising through these. No bar end weights on this one.
No.
Still coming to. Oh,
You got it.
oh,
You got it.
let's go.
We got a winner here.
What a weird way to. Usually it's not
The headlight
a
bucket.
tiny little hit
Yep.
of the headlight bucket. Usually it's like bam, tank. Knobby tires.
Black and gold.
That we're seeing a lot more, and maybe I'm just looking at it more. It seems like there's a lot more dual color pinstripes.
Mhm. At least this week.
All red.
All red.
All red. That's a great name. Polished fins. That's better.
Look at that. Look at that. Now that's an example of where you can tell that's hand pinstripe.
Yeah,
You can tell that is done by hand,
That's
not by a
cool.
machine.
that's really cool.
Beautiful.
And if they messed up, they probably would go over it again and again and again until it's right. And let's get to the finished pictures. Come on. Oh, that's the last one we got. Black, little black seat there. That looks good.
I actually certified this bike.
Did you?
Yep. Which
All
means
red.
running it on the rolling road and doing the 5-gas analysis. So every once in a while, I get my hand in doing some certification.
Okay, you wanna go down a quick rabbit hole real quick?
Let's do it.
A quick rabbit hole real quick. So there's this idea in my head that I haven't named it yet, but it's a way of being, if you will, and it's a figure eight. And at the top of this figure eight, there's like head space, like thinking about the work that you're doing. And at the bottom of the figure eight, there's doing the work itself. And oftentimes we are told that we want to be in either the top, the thinking area, or the bottom. A good a representation of this is like an engineer, and then the person who takes the drawings and puts those things together.
You're right.
Oftentimes we're sold the thought that we should be either at the top or at the bottom, and you have to pick one, and that's what you have to do as a career or for your work or whatever makes you happy, right? I'm convinced that we need to live right in the middle,
At the apex
the-
or
at the-
confluence of the two.
right where it intersects, because that way our thinking will involve and for our working, and our working will and for our thinking, and it constantly goes around and around and around. So
And no one's thought of this before.
I don't know. I don't think
like it. I've never heard of the analogy of the Mobius strip of life.
Right. I'm sure there is some thought out there because it's all a flat circle, right? It all comes back around. But I was talking to my buddy about this, and we just our own minds. We blew our own minds. We're like, oh my gosh, that's cool. So that's what we're thinking about. Just as a little squirrel for you.
Yeah, I like it. It reminds me, you're talking about the Mobius strip of life.
Oh yeah.
Complicating a little bit by making it.
Yeah.
You know what a Mobius strip is?
Yeah.
But maybe one of these ramble streams we should talk about another way of thinking about life, which is this wacky YouTuber I follow. He's a lumberjack. He's a chainsaw nut and an axe lover, and he compares life to an axe handle. And I might attempt to steal his monologue on the axe handle of life.
The axe hand. I feel like you've shared a little bit of it before.
I have. I've showed you the video. Bucking Billy Ray Smith.
Yep. I remember. It's hard to forget if you ask me.
There's no way I could do it justice that Bucking Billy Ray can. But
you should really practice.
Yeah, I should. Yeah. Maybe I will.
We got a thing though, Richard.
Oh, we do. We actually have two things.
A couple things.
I had no idea what I was going to talk about until Jansen actually. We jam a lot about on what we're thinking about, and this week has been craftsmanship, and that's what the ramble is going to be about. And I was thinking about today. I did not have a thing. It's a very busy day, as I said, and kind of toward the end of the day, I was like, oh, I need to use a really great tool. Is the thing about craftsmanship. So anyway, I brought some tools that, there are lots of tools out there, and some of them are junk, and some of them are not. And these are two that are absolutely not. We'll start with this guy right here. So
good old chunky hand planer
with the light here. But this is I did at one time do some research on when this plane was made. It's probably 1930s or 40s. This is a Stanley number 3. Actually, I take that back. This is a Bailey number 3 with a Stanley frog.
So
this has been a little bit of a hodgepodge.
Mixing brands.
But this is a hand plane that I picked up probably 8 or 9 years ago at a thrift store out in South Bend, and which I have used on countless home projects and boat projects. And it's very, very dear to me. It actually has, I wish we had the close-up camera, but we got
to figure out a way to get
I don't know if it's the original owner or if it is some owner in its
past.
Almost 100 years of existence.
It's storied past.
Named Reite. It must be a last name, Rate. Yeah, he carved his name into the handle.
He loved that thing.
Yeah, he did. And it's got some chunks taken out of it. When I got it, it was completely rusted. And so I used my favorite Evapo rust and a lot of love and attention and brought it back to life. It's got a beautiful brass knurled adjustment screw.
That's cool.
It does have a little play in it, so you have to know how to use it. You got to go past where you think it to get one way, and then you got to loosen it. You got to go way past the other direction.
Interesting.
But it's in really great shape, and now at least in the blade I've put a lot of work into, and it's just every time I use this, it brings me an incredible amount of joy. Just to because on the one hand it works really well,
right?
On the other hand, it's just gorgeous,
right?
It's just gorgeous.
It looks awesome,
and it feels good.
I haven't even held it yet.
Wood handle, and that is a thing right there, my friend.
Stout.
Look how heavy it is.
Golly.
It's just a plane, but it's a beauty.
It feels good in the hands.
When that thing is sharp, the joy of using that beats any electrical device you could ever imagine. Just cuts and the beauty of a thing about a plane is that it takes regular maintenance.
Yeah.
You've got to be know how to sharpen the blade.
Right.
And there's different ways to sharpen a blade.
Right.
And like there's a whole philosophy around sharpen. I mean, bladed objects have a whole philosophy around them. There's a way to put it down, and there's a whole controversy of, do you put a plane down on the blade or on the side? My grandfather taught me to put it down on the side, but there's a whole school of thought that's it's perfectly okay to put it down on the blade. I'm going to put it on the side because I'm going to err on the side of
he can't
Pascal's wager. Might as well.
Yeah, I've always heard that there's a level of skill as well involved when you're using
absolutely.
a plane.
But there's also something that you can learn.
Yeah, right.
And get better at.
Right.
It's really fun.
Yeah.
And they're it's just beautiful. So
that's
a pretty self-explanatory. It's an easy thing to talk about.
Right. That gives thing energy, as the youths say.
And the other one is this lovely little plumb bob, which my brother is a shipwright. He works on and builds wooden boats and restores them and maintains them. Wonderful things, of course, in their own right. And he always gives me. He has lots of tools. He's a collector. I was reading an interesting thing recently about the difference between a collector is the ultimate. Actually, it's a book that I want to talk about.
Another word for hoarder?
That's the way that the modern world sees collectors. No, it's a great point.
Oh,
that is the way that a bureaucratic, numerical society would consider a collector. But a collector, if you're a thing person, a rambler, a collector is an advocate and a conservator of things, and they understand that things have more value than just
to be tossed to the.
Now, of course, you can be abused, and you can have people that just like the more the merrier.
Right.
And that's not. But if you actually care for things, so anyway, to not go too far into a deep end, my brother is a collector of things, and specifically tools, which are things par excellence. Anyway, he gifted this to me, and it came with this lovely little wooden. I don't know if y'all can see. We'll do better.
I'm not a collector. I'm a pack rat.
A conservator. It came with this little wooden spool, basically. It's just a piece of wood that someone had made in the process of using this thing because they didn't want a way to wind it because they used it all the time. And I thought, this is the most beautiful thing in the world. This is lovely little. It's like got its patina on it. It's repairable. This thing screws it, and you can put a new rope in it, a new line in it. And my dog got a hold of it and chewed the line and the beautiful little wooden spool. But I think this is an especially interesting thing to talk about because it was so beautiful that I couldn't let it be like that.
Right.
And so I had a lovely piece of mahogany, and I made a new spool for it, and I found a new line, and I rebuilt it and made it new again. And it's almost more of a story now because it was replaced.
Right.
And that's kind of like wooden boats, like a well cared for wooden boat. I forget the myth of is it the myth of
is it
of the ship? I should know
the ship
this.
of
Theseus?
Theseus?
Yeah, it's like none of the original wood existed. But it was still the same ship.
Oh, is it the same? I think the question is, if you replace every plank, is it still the same ship?
Well, I think my take on it, at least my opinion, is that a person who maintains things would argue that it is.
I would argue that it isn't, but it doesn't deviate from
caveat
from any, like, it doesn't make it any less special.
But the reason I say it is that it typically doesn't happen all at once.
Fair.
And so any well-used thing over time needs a new handle. For example, a plane, and you'll have a new handle carved, and wooden boats, which are ultimate things. Over the course of a working life, they do get almost completely ruined. Now, oftentimes there'll be like one or two pieces, but it doesn't matter.
Right.
The new pieces it adds just as much and almost more story to it. So how can you argue that it's less of the same thing?
I don't know if it's less than.
But you're counting pieces of wood and pieces of material, and that's numerical. And what I'm saying is it's more of a essence of the thing. What does the chat say?
I don't have any other way to articulate what I'm thinking, which is really unfortunate.
Well, that means that that I win the argument.
That's fair. You can. Hey, I'm not afraid to say I can change my mind.
The argument can continue.
Yes, I need to think about it deeply before I'm able to come at it.
But on some level, like, I go this way, but there's an argument that, like, well, you've just read more books than I have, so it's not fair that you don't know about that.
That's stupid. That's a stupid argument. I would never pull that argument on you.
Well, and maybe that isn't fair to bring it up, but the point of we're really getting into it, man. The point of a ramble is the enjoyment of the conversation.
Yeah, absolutely.
So no one really wins.
And I love one of my favorite.
But we can expand our understanding.
One of my favorite things to do in conversation is to both play devil's advocate and the village idiot.
You do a really good job at playing devil's advocate, and that's not a snide remark.
Yeah.
I mean, like we need to actually have more what's the word? Conflict.
Yeah.
But if it's in the spirit of mutual understanding,
it's for the conversation,
and for the ramble.
It's to learn more, to understand better.
Then you actually I'm not even going to apologize. We're rambling.
Yeah.
In college, your talk about the figure eight reminded me of when you talked about, like, you both kind of like had this epiphany. A dear friend of mine, Neil, and I, not our Neil here, but we would have these deep conversations, and they were about something we were reading or whatever in undergrad, and we would come to these moments, and we called them, and this is just really silly, we called them moments, where you go like, and, like, and you just have this, like, both of us would have this, like, whoa.
Yeah.
And then we realized that the next day you go back and think about it, and you're like,
it's nothing.
It was not, like, what was that we were talking about?
It's like,
but it doesn't matter, because in the moment you actually you felt your synapses opening to a different understanding, and you were actually, like, exercising your intellect,
your intellect, and your autonomy to make decisions for yourself.
Absolutely.
And think for yourself.
100%.
You were both high, William Maxey says.
Actually, we were not.
I think you can.
We were high on philosophy.
Well, no, I think you can experience the same kind of euphoria from, like,
actually, that's a good comment.
Like, thinking like that.
That's actually true. That's 100%. And that to joke about it being like you're under the influence of whatever it is.
Yeah.
When we are in those moments of, like, inspiration, which they can be.
Yeah.
In the best sense, we're not talking about abuse here.
Neil says, "Hey, I can be deep too." Our Neil,
he's watching. Good.
Hi, Neil. Neil is our design engineer.
We want to talk to you more, Neil.
Yeah, Neil,
on the Ramblestream.
You're gonna get invited, and just so happens to say, Kelly just said, you guys should have someone different come on for a guest appearance every once in a while.
Well, we've actually been talking.
We've been talking about it. Yeah.
So you'll get to hear from Neil.
Whether
he wants to or not.
What a time to tune in, he says.
Anyway, what I was saying, just about, because I want to get to our main topic, but is that as Walker Percy, one of my favorite authors, said, we send ourselves into orbit. And he says, I'm just quoting Walker Percy here, sex, drugs, or some kind of inspiration is it's all, these are human, like, normal. Beer was, what do they say, that one of the first things invented, and we can go along on that. You can imagine where I'm going with it, but they're deeply human activities,
right?
And rambling is deeply human,
yeah.
And this idea that you can have these moments of inspiration is beautiful. Is absolutely beautiful, and they can happen in all kinds of scenarios, but they don't happen in a spirit of apathy, or just letting the world happen to you. I would argue they rarely do. You have to have action.
There needs to be some initiative taken. Of, like, no, like, it doesn't have to be this way. I love that statement. Like, it doesn't have to be this way, because you often hear, like, this is just how it is, or this is just who I am. Like, no, it doesn't have to be this way. No, and that's not who you have to be. I think that, but going back to your comment about, like, how oftentimes it seems like we as humans are taking a seat back and letting life happen around us, I often find it's because we aren't doing like something that brings us joy.
Yeah, like what I've been saying to myself for a little while now is make the cosmos say no.
Mm-hmm. Isn't that
that's like the ultimate?
Isn't that just like cool that you can say like, nah, dude, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah.
And until I physically can't anymore.
Yeah.
That's cool that we have the ability to do that.
Yeah. That's what it's all about. That's rambling, man.
Get me amped up over here.
Good.
I'm sweating. I shouldn't have wore a sweatshirt or jeans. Say what you want about my legs.
So why don't we talk about our ramble?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to talk about craftsmanship.
Mm-hmm.
And why don't we just start by asking what craftsmanship is?
Yeah. I would love to hear.
Yeah, we want to hear some comments.
Y'all's thoughts on what craftsmanship truly is.
Well, Jansen, let's start off with you. What do you think? What does that word mean for you?
I think of not necessarily when I hear craftsmanship, I don't think of a well put together thing. I don't think of like a nice mug or something that people make or draw or sculpt. I think of the process itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think.
Are you saying that a well-made thing is not craftsmanship, or you just when you think of craftsmanship, you think of the process?
I don't know. I think when I think of craftsmanship, I definitely think of the process itself rather than the product that process makes.
Yep.
So yeah, maybe I don't think that a product is. I think it's a product. Result. The product is a product of craftsmanship, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it seems like a byproduct of the practice.
So you're talking when you hear that word, you think about the action that goes along the verb.
Yeah.
To craft.
Yeah. Yeah.
Rather than the noun of what it ends up as.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Interesting.
What are your thoughts?
Well, I mean, I think a lot about the like what you can contrast it with.
Mm-hmm.
And like what is the difference between an object or a thing? Let's just go ahead and call it a thing that is the product of craft and a thing that is the product of production or automation. And obviously we can say, we talk, one of the things is like it's a red herring is the difference between what is natural and what is artificial.
Yeah.
And there's always that argument, well, everything's natural because it's all comes from it's nature.
The humans made the robots.
Right,
so
right. But that really misses the point.
Right.
that a natural thing is something that is existing and being as part of a living world.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
Craftsman. Say that last part one more time.
I'm not actually sure what I'm talking about, but
okay.
Like that a difference between a natural and an artificial thing is that something that is natural is something that is organic, not just in the sense of being organic, but in the sense of being, it's an organ, it's a living thing in the world. It's not like an inanimate, to take the kind of like imagine like a robot versus an animal.
Yeah.
In that sense that there is an actual difference.
Right.
I'm not doing a very good job describing this.
I think I'm hearing what you're saying. What in craftsmanship, the thing that is made is allowed to change.
Yes.
And allowed to progress.
Yeah.
Whereas a thing that's made by a robot is already at its final state.
Yeah.
That there is no more progress to be made. It is already what it needs to be.
Yep. And the story of its making is complete
It's-
before you even see it.
Right. It's almost null and void. Like it's so fast that
And then the other thing is like the difference between what does the word artificial mean? And it actually, like, think about the shield of Achilles. Is what the word artifice means, that you're this making it
to
like
craft,
something.
to craft.
But you're on some level, art is a semblance of a thing.
Mhm.
There's a trickery involved.
Right. Because it's not. I know this is hard to believe.
Right.
Paintings are
Are
not the
real life.
actual thing. It's crazy. Pictures are not the actual thing.
But in that there's a whole life.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. There's a life in it.
It's almost like when I would like to say, now I don't think this is going to be true at all, and it'd be really fun to do an experiment. I would like to say that if there were two sculptures in front of me and I didn't know which was made by a robot and which was made by a human, I would like to say that just by straight vibes alone, I'd be able to say, like,
me too.
That one's
I would
made
like
by
to
a
say
person.
that too.
And I would love to be proven wrong.
I would really like to say that, and I think that there's probably many arguments that I've maybe already made that they can be.
Yeah.
But I can't really explain it. I don't know how. I don't have an argument.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yeah. Because when you, let's just say Michelangelo, we take the statue of David. Okay.
Nice.
Hey, chat. Listen, I'm learning. Okay.
He's getting all Renaissance in here.
If you were to show me the real thing,
yeah,
versus an identical copy,
like the one in Florence on display. They don't want to leave it outside.
You've completely ruined my argument. Completely ruined it. Completely ruined my analogy.
Keep going.
I was just saying, if you were to put those two side by side,
yep, I get your point.
I would love. I think I would be able to tell. I'd probably not, but my heart says, like,
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know though.
I don't know.
But I think.
But does that make it?
When we started the ramble a little early. My argument to Jansen was, are you missing the point?
Mm-hmm. If you're looking for, I can.
There's a way of classifying or categorizing this thing as one thing or the other. That actually, the point isn't that. The point is that the craft that David is the product of was the Renaissance.
Yeah.
The craft that the robot sculpture is the product of is a technological development that has enslaved that we are the tools of.
Wouldn't it be really interesting though to see the future? I wonder if
we're really getting
I wonder if people
y'all ready for this?
How long ago was the Renaissance? Was it in the
depends on your no, not 18th century. No, we're talking like 14 to
okay, so
16,
long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay, now take that amount of time between then and now put it in the future.
Yep.
When those people look back at our innovation, because that's what the Renaissance was, right?
Yeah.
Just innovation, an exploratory kind of experience.
Or it was a return to a past.
Okay.
Rebirth.
Okay. But what if people look at our technological renaissance that we're having right now?
But is it a renaissance?
I feel like it is.
What are we going back to?
I don't know if we're going back to anything. I think it's a.
What are we birthing again?
Don't hurt yourself thinking, Jansen. Listen, my gears are spinning up here. There's smoke coming out of my ears. You wouldn't be able to tell because I'm wearing headphones. I think that people in the future are going to look back at the technology-driven stuff that we have now and say, that's kind of cool.
I hope so.
Because of our attempt to create something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but
I mean, I'm a little bit more pessimistic.
Yeah,
and I'm going to say that the loss of craft that we are experiencing, and I'm going to claim that we are experiencing this, especially if you're talking about robot sculptors, is that we are moving toward a version of reality that measures things, like that comparison you're making, on a value of cost versus the contribution it makes to our lived experience. And like, yes, it is far less expensive to have a robot make something than whether it's a sculpture or a widget than it is for a person to do so. However, if you were that analysis of the equation of its value is based on something that's a product of the maybe earlier, but let's just say industrial enlightenment. Industrial revolution is return on investment.
Yeah.
That is what it's based on. ROI. And
Not
ROI does not, it ignores the entire benefit to a lived experience. It's only about finances, and it's a short-sighted vision of a view of economy.
Yeah.
Like economy, the word economy means it's based on the word for home in Greek. And it's like how you run a home, a family. Right?
Huh.
And so like the purpose of value is happiness.
Yeah.
It's not wealth.
Yeah.
And so we are now looking at things in this ROI, and it's a choice we've made. What I would say is kind of going back to one ramble we made I did the one on progress. And progress is this idea that everything just keeps getting better and better and better. But I'm kind of, I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer, but I'm just that we've made decisions that a certain way of, let's talk about architecture, that a certain way of building buildings is more economical.
Yeah.
And yet what we've realized is that we are paupers when it comes to beauty and the lived experience and happiness.
Yeah.
And so it's basically, it comes down to it's a reductive. So it reduces the way that we perceive reality.
Yeah.
And all this, let's bring it back to craftsmanship, is why do we, I think it's more important to ask, why do we value a thing that is made by craft and craftsmanship more than an object that isn't, rather than can you define the difference between the two?
Yeah.
Because looking at the end product is looking at a tiny fraction of the actual product, because the actual product of a Janus motorcycle is not just the motorcycle that you ride. It's everyone here at Janus Motorcycles. It's your experience in purchasing the motorcycle. It's your connection with people. It's the fact that when you stop, you talk to people.
Right.
All these things cannot be described simply by the specifications of the motorcycle,
right.
which are that's ROI speak.
Right.
Specification.
Yeah. When someone stops you at a stoplight on your Janus, they don't go,
how many horsepower that got? Yeah, well, they do, but then they miss the point.
But that's it's almost like a secondary question. The first question I feel is always like, what is that?
Right. What is going on?
What is happening? And then the more detailed questions come through, right? But I think it's interesting that the first thing that catches people's eye normally is what? Like that's different, both visually, right?
Yes.
But it also has this aura about it.
And you would never be able to create something like that if you were purely focused on efficiency.
Right.
Because what defines a Janus, and I'm just using Janus here is because we're talking in terms of Janus, but as a whole stand-in for craft.
Yeah.
Or anything that is made with craft, like a stonemason.
This stream has been brought to you by Janus Motorcycles.
Thank you, Jansen. Thank you, Janus Motorcycles. So what I'm getting at is we don't need automation.
Right.
We've chosen a path that pursues it, and the victim of that reduction is you and me.
Yeah.
Because we have exchanged these beautiful tools that we are the operators of and that we have to have skill to use. And we have put ourselves, we are now the tools. And I'm not arguing that there's like the AI overlords. I'm just saying, why would you want to do that?
Yeah. Neil had a good question. Let me see if I can track it down here. He said, isn't technology also the most advanced tool?
It is.
Moving back to using whatever is the best
No, that's a
tool.
yeah. Absolutely. That's a wonderful point because and I think that I have an answer for that in that, or at least it's a good starting point for our conversation that yes, the argument can be made. It is the argument that these tools like AI or technology, let's say, is just a more advanced tool.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that there is a categorical difference when the tool, which technology is, that's what it is the advancement of tools, replaces the tool with you. When the tool is the master of what's happening, and we've made a choice, but now we can't turn off the plane.
Right.
The plane is running.
Right, because
and there's no turning back. Progress. It's like, oh well, why would you not? Oh, the other one is nostalgia. Yeah. Oh, you're just being nostalgic. This is a great. We talk about it in the Ramble's Companion. It's, or going back is just like a taboo.
Right.
Why?
Why would you?
Why?
Why would you do that?
Why would you do that? What is that?
Why would you not have ABS?
Exactly.
Why would you not have a bigger fuel tank?
Because if you're, and again, I would say it's the same missing the point, missing the mark of you're evaluating this thing on a category which not only is not the right category, but it is measuring this much of the whole reality of that thing. That the thing that is Janus is not just the machine between your legs that you're riding on the road. It's far more, and many things are like that.
Yeah.
And we are trending toward, I don't want to be negative here, but like we're trending toward a world where we don't have a vocabulary to talk about things anymore.
Yeah.
All we can talk about are appliances and the relative number of the numerical economical return on investment that thing has.
Right.
Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense. And I'm going to, I think that there is a resurgence in, I was talking to a Janus owner, and who I'm close with. It's my wife's. This is confusing. It's my wife's mom. It's my mother-in-law's cousin. That's a way easier to say this.
Great.
It's my mother-in-law's cousin. He has a Janus. He had a Halcyon 250. Bought a Halcyon 450, and he's really into Porsches, and he has a slew, a collection. And he wrote this article about how sometimes he has cars in his collection that call to him that say like, you need to drive me. And there are other cars that just he drives because he kind of feels bad.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that perfectly articulates a little of the resurgence that I'm seeing in culture now. Part of my job is to analyze what is popular and what is not.
And it's a fascinating thing. And it's very worthy endeavor.
It helps us. Very interesting to see this swing back into community, this swing back into things that matter, this swing back into like, I feel like I'm preaching right now.
Preach.
This movement toward like, I want to do something that matters.
Yeah.
I want to live a life that matters. I want to be someone that matters. And I can do that because I ride things that matter, that change my perspective.
Because I'm not a tool.
Because I'm not a tool. And both the derogatory use of tool and like the literal form of tool.
Preach.
I think there's this resurgence back into it. I don't know, man.
No, you're absolutely. I firmly agree with what you're saying. That, and I just hope that what you're noticing is a trend that actually matters.
Yeah.
I think that unfortunately I sense the trend of automation and of technology and of progress being almost unassailable. And it's going to take Well, it has to start in small places.
Yeah.
And small things.
Yeah.
And small visions. And that's what brings, I think, Janus owners a lot of joy in the story, because that's the part. That's like another thing that we don't talk about. Like every Janus owner that I talk to, they are excited to be part of something.
Yeah.
That they're doing something different. There's this a whole category that, like we talk about with the specification sheet with Janus. It's like there's so much more to evaluate a motorcycle on, and aren't we just lucky? I feel lucky to be working with motorcycles, because it is the one tool. Like I always go back to, like, even a plane, has been superseded.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways, or a mechanical watch. But a motorcycle, even the most technologically advanced motorcycles, they're just two wheels and an engine on some level
to its core.
And the people that ride them are enjoying it. And so it doesn't matter what. I'm not saying this to placate people. It doesn't matter what you ride.
Right.
If you're on a motorcycle, we share something in common.
Right.
Whereas we can really, really definitively say, if you're driving a car, we all drive cars. Most of us, at least. I mean, I pay homage to the guys that don't. But like, no one that you could ride, like you have to.
Right.
And that's why we do.
Right. There's a necessity to it. Almost.
Yeah. And with people that ride motorcycles they've made a choice on some level to experience something.
Yeah.
And it's just awesome. So, that's a little ramble on craft. Do you have anything you want to say? Something?
I was just going to end it with, this may seem pretentious. Like I'm catching,
hey, just don't listen to the chat.
No, not from chat. Just like as we're talking, like everyone in chat gets it. But as we're talking, I'm catching like, they're just trying to, justify the reason for making the machines that they make or whatever. Like, but I think I would hope that this opens a little part of your brain. If you're thinking this is pretentious, that this opens a little part of your brain into a world that's
opening a bit of mine.
Yeah.
Because I mean, when we started this, we were just operating out of like a disjointed lack of efficiency.
Yeah.
And a lack of care for the things that most people worry about.
Yeah.
Like, consumer trends and, marketing research.
Yeah.
But I really like part of like the Rambler's Companion, this stream brought to you by the Rambler's Companion.
The link's in the description if you want to buy one.
Part of writing this was just like eye-opening to me, because it really helped me like look back and say, okay, there is a strain that follows through to this. And now it helps us when we are working on new products. When we're marketing. Like marketing is a wonderful thing, I think. Like a lot of you can say it's really the essence of artifice.
Yeah.
Also, it's like, you just kind of like you're selling people stuff.
You're creating something.
But if you're doing marketing with like good rhetoric, with a product that you can stand behind, it's like, how do I share this thing in a language that more people can understand, so that it's worth doing? I don't know. I mean, believe me if you believe me. If you've already drank the Kool-Aid, you know. But.
Right. What I think I'm getting at is like, take a little sip of the Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
It feels nice over here, man. It feels nice. I think you are able to enjoy the world around you just a little bit better.
The alternative is you take a bitter sip of ROI and have fun, man.
See you later.
All right, this has been fun, Ramblestream. We'll see you next week.
There's a lot of comments that we didn't get to, and I've been reading them as they're coming through. And
we got one on the art of motorcycle maintenance, which Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance right here.
Yeah,
baby, that's a steadfast. He says, not to be that guy, but Zen in the art of motorcycle maintenance talks a bit about the idea of being alienated from the world because of the intimidation of high technology. I mean, let's talk. We can talk Persig. We can talk Matthew Crawford. Shop class is Soulcraft. There's a. Well, and we can talk Ivan Illich and Jacques Ellul and many, many more philosophers who talk about this stuff. But what we're trying to do is bring that. I think that philosophy doesn't, just like shop classes, Soulcraft, that philosophy doesn't have to live in classrooms and libraries.
Right.
It exists in mechanic shops.
Yeah. It can expand
from the lowest levels to the highest levels throughout our society, and we can all. It's important for us to talk about these things, and that's what the Ramblestream is trying to do, is like deal with these things.
Well, you
in
often
life,
right? You often say that the Ramblestream for you is a way to better articulate the thoughts that.
No, not just articulate.
Just
come up with them.
Just process.
Like like we did a podcast for a little while, and I want to bring it back. We're going to be talking about this stuff. But I learned, it wasn't so much that I was learning about the people, it was the conversations, the rambles that we had on that podcast opened my eyes, and you came up with new stuff. So anyway, we're really rambling now.
You've got, we're already over, but I want you to take a swing at this question.
Okay, we got Janus MC Rider.
McRider.
So what is perfect? Oh, because that was what your question is?
Is perfect possible in craftsmanship? I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
I don't think it is.
What do they say? The perfect is the enemy of the good.
Action over perfectionism every day. And I think craftsmanship is a rebel against perfectionism.
Excellence is not making, I don't know, what would you say?
Janus McRider says you have to define perfect before.
Well, let's just say perfect is a concept.
Okay.
Of
that
is unattainable.
We should have started with this question. Okay.
No, we shouldn't have. This is the start for next week. But like perfect, obviously, is a concept, and it's not so obvious. But like maybe it's debatable that we do not live in a perfect world.
Yeah. Len says, I think craftsmanship is trying to achieve perfection.
Yes.
It's the attempt.
Yes.
It's the attempt to.
Yes.
And it doesn't matter if it is.
Well, it does matter how well it's done, but like we don't want to make garbage.
Right. You want to create something that's excellent.
It's the exercise. It's the habit of achieving excellence or perfection or whatever, or attempting it, that defines rambling.
Yeah.
And that is not captured by return on investment. Return on investment is a very important concept that we, as human beings, we want to have businesses that succeed and run our families and grow our world, but that's part of a larger
narrative.
Larger narrative. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So yeah, what is perfect? Perfect is the goal. But
never going to get there. We'll see you next week for episode 102.
All right. Thank you all. This has been, I don't know if this has been our best viewership.
This hasn't been our best viewership, but this is
what we're here for.
This is one of my favorites. I love when we can get going on a topic. Last week was really fun.
Yeah.
But I think this is the true essence of a ramble stream.
Yeah.
Right here.
Yeah.
So we're super grateful for you guys hanging around, bearing with us, throwing your comments.
No apologies. This is what we're here for. If you don't like it, go spend your time somewhere else.
Stay here for another hour. We'll see you next week.
For Ramblestream 102. 102.
102. It feels weird writing 3 digits. All right. We'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.